Welcome back, guys. Today we have a smaller project, one more of convenience than anything, but something that needs to get done. Hang out for a minute, I'll show you what it is. So we got this wood burning stove for a really good price. Only a few things that are wrong with it. Up here, there's a broken piece on this lid. Doesn't really affect anything because we don't use the lid. But the handle, this little wooden piece is missing. So you got to grab this nice little piece of metal when it's toasty warm. Or you've got to use a little hook to kind of hook up in there to open the door. Not super convenient. I figure I've got a free day, I'll make a handle for it. Now welcome to my garage. It's a 40-foot long Connex box. It's a lot smaller than what I'm used to. It's got all my stuff packed in it. Some spare things here and there in case I need to make something or fix something. I've got some equipment and some of the stuff I need. Just a little hard to get to sometimes. For this handle, I'll admit to you, I can buy the thing online, 26 bucks. I looked it up last night. Little porcelain handle, wooden handle. Two different styles, I think, porcelain or wood. I just don't feel like buying it. I'd rather make one. I like to make the stuff, it gives you a little personal touch. You walk in and you see it, you see something that you made, makes you feel good. So I've got an old handle from a hoe or a rake. It's broken. Figured I'd use the end of that. And I looked up the thread pitch for the handle and I found a bolt or a screw, whatever you want to call it, in my stash of stuff that fits right in there. So let's cut a piece of this off, drill it out, shape it up, let's see what we come up with. So what I'm thinking, the metal comes to right about here. Got a good handle. We'll start out with about that long. I'm not very good at cutting straight, so I'm going to have to clean that up a little bit. Get some sandpaper out, sand this down. Let's see if we can drill out a hole through first. See if I can get this straight. Well, that's not too bad. Since this bolt isn't long enough to go through the whole thing, we're going to have to countersink it in there. So we need to find a drill bit that'll drill a hole big enough for that head to sink down in there. So one thing you want to make sure of, you want to figure out how deep your bolt can go before it bottoms out. And that's how deep it can go into that elbow piece on the wood burning stove. So that you don't want it to bottom out. You want to have a little bit of space, so you know how deep to drill this other hole. I'll get a piece of tape, see if we can mark it on there. I'm going to give ourselves a little bit of space so that we can sand this flat. We want to go to the far side of the tape. So now we take our drill bit and measure in. And take yet another piece of tape that's as deep as we want to go. Put that piece of tape on that drill bit. Ah! Dropped my tape. I have a habit of using oils to keep my drill bits cool, so tape doesn't like to stick to them. So if we just go to the tape when we're drilling, we should have a little bit of play room to sand this flat and still not have that bolt bottom out before it tightens the handle up. So we've got our hole drilled. Bigger hole at the top, smaller hole at the bottom. Bolt's going to stick out just enough so it tightens up. Next thing we need to do, we need to get this the same diameter so it looks like it goes there. So go down to the wood burning stove with our micrometer and measure that and mark it out on the top of this piece of wood. Start shaving it down. So this is the measurement off the wood burning stove. It doesn't look like we have a whole lot of material to take off here, and we could get away with taking off a little bit less and then putting a bevel on this edge where it matches up. So we'll give us a nice sturdy handle to hang on to. Won't have a tendency to crack out. So let's get a plane over here and see if we can take some of this material off. Make a nice shape to it. The plane worked pretty good with my little rod here holding it. Gave me a nice round handle. Some 120 grit sandpaper. I'm going to shape that up a little bit. Drop down to some 180 grit. See if we can get a nicer finish on this. It's not a bad looking handle. We're really close to the right size. I think if we put just a little bit of a bevel on here, nice little taper to it. Let's go see how that looks. Seems to be a nice snug fit there. Doesn't look too bad. Something thrown together. What do you think? Look all right?
Looks nice. A lot better than grabbing the handle that's metal directly.
A lot better than grabbing this and trying to fish it in there and turn it.
Definitely better.
Alrighty, we'll see how long that lasts. So that turned out pretty good. It fits on there real snug. It looks good, my opinion. It's my wood burning stove though, so I guess it doesn't matter than my opinion. Anyways guys, if you like the channel, hit that subscribe button if you're not already a subscriber. Hit the bell for notifications. Smash that like button. Help this video get out there. And leave a comment even if you're only saying hello. Till next time, go make something.